everyone, welcome to the Northland Artists Conversation. My name is Mark Kelly. I am your host, the interviewer of our guests, and the person that's going to help you guys get to know as much about our local artists as possible. Yeah, I like that. It's really cool. An interesting week for us here in Northland. I'm sure you'll agree. A lot of rain. And even though it is winter, so rain is abound, definitely a lot of rain. And the days are getting shorter. Oh, God. It's a weird time of year. Definitely very weird. We haven't really had the summer, so kind of this rain isn't really a surprise. But it's, this podcast was kind of one of those amazing podcast that you have that's filled with light and joy and laughter, and it's an absolute hoot. So I'm going to switch to my camera. Our guest on the podcast is Jess Hesse, and she's a fire burner. We've had another fire burner on in the past. Jess is sort of very prolific in what she does now. She talks about how she, her journey through the most interesting one I found was how she originally got in creativity, and that's amazing. It's a great story. I highly recommend having a listen to that because it's where she started versus where she is now. Yes, the transition makes sense. Absolutely, it does. But it's interesting to hear how it actually started because it's just something that's so out of left field. Not even anything I would have thought. So, bring it on. Let us sit down and have a conversation with Jess Hesse. And then that's it. We kind of start now. I feel this is probably going to be a little bit awkward because, so first off, welcome to the Northland Artists Conversation.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are welcome. It's great to have you here. Now, I know that beforehand you said call me Jess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your full name is Jessica
Hesse.
Hesse. So Jess Hesse.
Yes. Well, it used to be Jess Hesse the Mess from out west.
Jess Hesse the Mess from out west?
Yes. Yeah, I tried to leave that name, but I kind of want to reclaim that and make it a clown character.
Be proud of it,
Yeah.
A clown character.
Yeah.
Jess Hesse the Mess from out west.
Yeah.
Because the T is silent, right? West.
Yeah.
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 That's
I
wicked.
had to think.
Now where did we meet?
At Artbeat.
We met at Artbeat, didn't we?
Yeah.
You and your
Fire Frenzy.
Fire Frenzy, is that what it's
Yes.
called?
Yeah.
See, I was about to say Fire Friends.
Oh, close.
Thank you, appreciate that. You guys had a tent set up, or like a marquee. That's right. And you guys, I got to make sure I get this right. There was 3 of you there.
Yes.
And you were the brave one to put your hand up and said, I will represent the group hard.
Yeah, definitely.
Very cool. So it is actually really nice to have you in because
Thank you.
We've been trying to get you in for a little while.
Yes.
Yes. Said Jess Hesse the Mess from out west.
It's all rhyming.
This will be a recurring theme. No, it won't.
It's okay.
So, because Artbeat was that March? Or
Yes, I think the beginning of March.
Yeah,
it was.
And we're doing this sort of around
May.
Like the first third of May. So yeah, it's a couple of months.
Yeah.
So it is really, really cool to have you in. Now, you will be we've had a prior guest in who has done your creative expression, which is
Fire spinning.
Fire
dancing.
Now that's all. The culture of that in general is called. Is it like a fire burn or something like that?
I think in the more modern sense of spinners, they call themselves burners, but
right.
in the island style, that's hardcore spinning, so I'd call that fire spinning.
Okay, and that's what you sort of mainly do, spinning and dancing?
I'd say I'm a burner.
Okay, a burner.
Yeah.
There we go. I couldn't remember the term that you guys use for it. Okay. We learned a lot from our last guest because she was organising another festival for, I think, later on in the year. She was finding locations, so it was really cool. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right back, and I mean way back. Not to like my way back, because that's a lot further than yours, but with every artist that we've had, there's always a trajectory, a journey, but there's always a starting point.
Yes.
For you, what was the very first thing that you ever discovered that you were like, oh, creativity?
So that would be cheerleading when I was a kid.
Cheerleading.
Yes.
Okay. Are we talking
Believe it or not.
like Bring It On cheerleading?
Pretty much that hardcore.
That preppy. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Yep.
The Justin Long's character from Dodgeball. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I just watched that recently.
So did I. It's a great film. Yep. Move it around with you. She's totally fluid.
Yeah.
It's great to have. I know. We love it.
No,
so,
cool.
Cheerleading.
I've always been into cartwheeling and flipping around and dancing to music as a kid. And I had my best friend in primary school, and her mum started a team for our school, and we did really well, and we kicked ass. And
really?
And it was like a drug. Winning and that applause.
I've obviously never done cheerleading.
Yeah.
But I imagine it's very much like being on stage in general. You've got a very captive audience that are all razor focused on what's going on.
Yeah.
And I imagine, because how old were you when you started? You said primary school.
So 9 years old.
9 years old.
Yeah.
Okay, that's year
5.
Year 5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was about to say standard, but that makes me sound old.
Over my head.
Thank you. Now I can confirm I feel old. So at 9 years old, you're hitting the cheerleading hard, and it's almost as you said, it's a drug, right?
Yes.
Because you feed off the energy of the people.
Yeah.
And they're cheering, and you're
feeling great.
Yeah. And you're cheering harder. Is that how it works? You like go, you know what? I was only doing like 90% during practice, but now that all you guys are here, I'm going to give like 110%.
Yeah, that's definite with everything, even today with performing. If you've got a good audience, you're going to give them 100% more.
Yeah, definitely.
Like you feed off that.
Yep.
You know that they're enjoying themselves, so you want to make them enjoy themselves more.
Yeah, absolutely. And now you said cheerleading, but you actually mentioned that things happened earlier, that you enjoyed dancing around and dancing to music as you were a kid.
Yes, yeah, always.
Okay, so dancing, music, that sort of stuff. What music was in the household?
Classic rock.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm educated well in music from my parents.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that they did that.
What sort of music did you grow up with?
It was Fleetwood Mac and Queen.
Oh, just listen
all
to
the goodies.
Classic bands.
Yeah.
Producer Aaron, Andrew, that's like at work, isn't it? So he gets the joke.
The sound is so good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh God, so good. Just it's like banger after banger.
Yeah.
So good. Okay, so do you think that your love of dance and music in general kind of drove you into making the natural transition as to being a cheerleader?
Most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Always even just making up random dances with my cousins and performing them at family events, like it's in my blood.
So if TikTok was around when you were a kid,
I probably would have loved it.
Yeah, you'd have been like TikTok famous.
I'm glad it wasn't though.
So am I.
Yeah.
Don't think it does much for mental health.
No, I agree.
Not at all.
Yeah.
How long did you do the cheerleading for?
I left when I was 17.
Oh wow, so 8 years.
Yeah, so I did a big stint. I got pretty far. I was in one company and I it was a bit dramatic and not very good. So
Okay.
I ended up moving to a different company, I learnt so much in a short amount of time compared to the time I was at the first company.
Right, okay.
And then got really far up in their company into their top team and went to America and competed and
Holy shit.
kicked ass over there too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, you're not Whangarei born.
No.
You're originally from...
West Auckland.
Westies represent. Which certainly explains the parents' taste of music.
Yes.
Or,
Bogans.
there's
Well,
nothing
they
wrong
bred a
with...
bogan.
Yep, nothing wrong with bogans.
No.
I found the board game Boganology.
I've never heard of that.
That's a great board game.
Sounds great.
That's amazing. It's
Yeah.
like Monopoly, except you buy, what do you buy? You buy joints and toasted sandwiches
cool.
and jandals, and
Yeah.
you have you know how you have your chance and community cards.
Yeah.
They've got different versions. I digress. So West Auckland wouldn't have necessarily picked it as like a cheerleading mecca.
No, but had cheerleading there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Both companies were.
both companies were
yeah.
at West Auckland.
Yeah.
Wow. Were they independent companies, or were they companies that were part of a school?
Independent.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So to be like, you go to school, then after school you go to cheerleading at a particular company.
Yeah.
Okay. What, for you doing that, and obviously you had a natural love of dance, and having had such amazing music to grow up with,
Yes.
an excellent sense of rhythm
Yes.
as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you just doing cheerleading, or are you learning dance or gymnastics?
It was just cheerleading.
It's just
There's a lot
cheerleading.
of gymnastics in cheerleading.
Yes.
So but it was just cheerleading.
Okay.
It got pretty intense. I was training probably 3 days a week, and on Sundays I'd be at the gym from 10 till 8.
At the gym.
At the cheerleading gym.
Oh, right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So you do your schoolwork 3 times a week. What, for an hour, 2 hours?
It'd be like 2 hours during the night, and then on Sunday,
Yeah.
I'll be there from 10 in the morning till 8 at night.
Oh shit. That's
Some of that was like by choice, and it was
right.
open
Okay.
gym,
Yep.
free time on the fun trampolines.
Because everyone loves the springy trampolines.
Yes. Yeah. Good fun.
So and you did that for 8 years. Now in my head, the only way I can sort of sum that up is that's the sort of level and dedication that you're doing to not only be competitive and be the best, but that's almost like, and that's international commitment training, right?
Yeah.
When did you sort of first, when you're doing it as a 9-year-old, and just drag it a bit closer, and you're, that's right, it moves, yeah.
Sorry.
It's all right, move around. At 9 years old, are you thinking about, I want to do this professionally and compete overseas? Or is it more the fun stage?
It's just fun.
So when did it move from being fun to being super competitive? Because there's kind of that natural point where it happens, right? You go, oh, I'm going and I'm having a good time and I've met friends and I've got people with common interests. But then you go, shit, now I got to do 3 days a week and I'm going to spend, half of my weekend, bleeding for the sport.
Yeah.
When did that transition happen for you?
I guess I was starting to get pretty good, and I just got a bit older, so
Okay,
I had to
yep.
be moved to the older teams, and I guess they're just more competitive.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, though, it was just still fun
Yeah.
for me. I never really got the, I'm a hardcore competitor
You-
brain.
Okay, so you got now that's interesting. You never got the competition side, but you got the adrenaline side.
Yeah, yeah.
That rush and that immediate feedback.
Yeah, I think I just I love being on stage.
Yeah. Okay. No, it's all fine. Have a drink. You left doing that when you were 17 after 8 years. What made you step away?
If we want true honesty, well, I think, at the beginning of every year we would do like a cheerleading camp.
Yeah.
And that's where you learn your routine that you train throughout the year.
Sure.
Compete at the end of the year. And I was away on holiday, so I'd missed that. But I'd also, like, growing up, I started smoking weed.
Okay,
and I
sure.
went there,
Yep.
and I was pretty high, and I was like, they're doing hardcore. They're getting into the intense competitor training
Right,
vibes.
okay, yeah.
Running up the road and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is just
Yeah.
not for me anymore.
Yeah.
And then that was that.
Would you say you grew out of it?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I was also quite like an oddball in these teams. Like I was, because a lot of it, when it got to the higher levels, moved to the North Shore. So it was a lot of
Oh, right.
fancy, pretty North Shore girls.
Lots
I was
of...
the only West Aucklander,
right,
the
okay.
only Bogan.
Right.
So it was very different.
The outsider.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I was like getting a little bit sick of that as well.
And I guess 17, you're still at high school, or have you gone
No,
two fingers and I'm out?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess sort of when you made that choice to leave, that's a very transitional period of time as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Man, that's crazy. So essentially you kind of 180'd your whole life.
Pretty much.
You went from school and hardcore cheerleader to not school,
Yeah.
not hardcore cheerleader.
Yeah.
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 I can leave the other stuff out.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's not for everyone.
No.
That's okay. So you hit 17 and you've made these massive life changes.
Yeah.
Is this your rebelling phase that you start into?
Most definitely.
I too had one
Yes.
of those.
I
Yeah.
think we all need it.
We do. We do. We sing the last line of the Rage Against the Machine song, Killing in the
Yes.
Name of,
Yeah.
to life and society.
Yes.
For those of you that'll get the reference, I highly recommend checking out Rage Against the Machine's Killing in the Name of, and then the last line of that song.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. So what did you do when you've made this big life change? You've sung this line repeatedly to the world and to, you know, former friends and family and all that sort of stuff, and you're out on your own. But what does Jess do?
I think I studied, or I had to get a job. I think I studied for a bit.
Okay.
I studied hairdressing.
Oh, wow.
Learned
Okay.
quickly that I hate it.
Yeah, not for everyone.
No, so finished that, and then I think I just got a job in a pub.
Like bartending?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
waitressing. It was like a pub, a restaurant, and a conference centre, and I worked all three areas.
Oh, wow. West Auckland still?
Yeah,
Okay.
the old Lincoln Green, if you know that.
Stop it.
Yeah.
I played the Lincoln
Yeah.
Green
Oh, wow,
once.
crazy. That's
Man,
cool.
that's bonkers.
Yeah, it's Bar 159
Yeah.
now when I was there. But
Yeah. Oh, Lincoln Green. Yeah, my first band, we played there for one show. That's on Lincoln Road.
Yeah.
That is Lincoln Road, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah. It's for those people that don't know, Lincoln Road has got something like 482 restaurants on it, or takeout places.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've got Carl's Jr. and
Yeah.
Texas Chicken and all the stuff you're not
Yeah.
meant to have in
I haven't
abundance.
been down there in a long time.
Don't.
Yeah, no plan to.
Don't. Good choice.
Yeah.
I'll probably be visiting there on Saturday night.
Okay, Carl's Jr.
Oh, stop it. Oh, God. Go back to vegans. So you're working as a jack of all trades at Lincoln Green.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything creatively at this point? Are you just like,
No.
I'm just done. I just want to kind of work, get money, and have a cruisy life,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
So I guess the next question following that is, when did you discover burning?
Well, I'm going to say that when I discovered hula hooping before, because that was
You
not
said
long
hula.
enough.
You did say hula hooping, right?
Yes, hula
Okay.
hooping. So I discovered that when I was 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
not many years after
Yeah.
that.
So you had 2-3 years of just bumming around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we all have to do that.
Yeah, and then I was like, one day I went to my dad's and his wife was hula hooping for waist exercise. I was like, that looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I looked up
Makes sense.
some tricks online and was like, oh shit.
There's hula hoop tricks?
Yeah, I should have brought my hula hoop. God damn.
Oh my god. And we've got a nice wide camera there that would have been amazing.
I actually sent you some videos.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Producer Andrew, if we can get a little video, we just slot it into the air, are we?
Yeah.
We'll just pause quickly. Let's pause quickly while we do the general direction. 3, 2, 1. And there we go.
Yeah, great. So I seen some tricks and just was on YouTube learning them for a whole day and was like, I think I'm a hooper now. And
a hooper?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, just been doing that non-stop till now.
You still do?
I still hoop.
You still hoop as well?
I love it.
Wow, okay.
It's a lifesaver, that one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because sometimes a touchy question, I'll ask it anyway. How old are you now?
29.
29.
Yeah.
Okay, so for 9 years.
Yeah.
So that's officially longer than cheerleading.
Yeah.
Okay. An interesting lifestyle choice and switch.
Yeah.
What do you think? No. Yes. What do you think made you gravitate towards the hula hoop?
When I was a cheerleader, I was always interested in rhythmic gymnastics, but as hardcore training, because I tried to do that maybe once and was
right, okay.
I'm not built for this flexibility.
Yeah.
Because they use hula hoops.
Oh yeah,
I love what they do with the hula hoops.
That's the ribbon tossing and the ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I've seen the Olympics. Yep.
Yeah, they do crazy stuff with hoops.
Yes, they do.
So then when I seen my dad's wife with the hoop, I was like, oh, I could pretend. I can live my rhythmic gymnastics dreams on my own.
Yeah. Nice.
And then just found the flow arts world, I guess, of hula hooping.
Flow arts world?
Yeah.
What is flow arts world?
Flow arts.
Yeah.
It's like flow arts is like prop manipulation. How to explain this? Hula hooping, so it's like to cool music, I guess.
Yeah.
Different tricks. You're putting yourself into a flow state.
Okay.
So you're just fully immersed into doing all your tricks with your chosen prop.
Okay, so I've got to make sure I try and get this right. So you're not, you become completely unaware of what you completely block out what's around you, and it is you and your prop of choice.
Yeah.
And you, I guess, freestyle, and whatever comes from within is how you interact with the prop, right?
Yeah.
Am I close?
Yeah.
Thank God.
It's the same with fire spinning and the burning. It's all flow arts.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. This is why we love having guests on. I get to learn something every time, and that way I feel a little less dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. No, flow arts, which is quite big. There's quite a big scene in like festivals and raves and stuff.
Yes. Now there's been some big raves or big events recently. Like, is what you do something that would be at like
Northland Burn?
I was going to say like Northern Base. I don't know if that's a thing. No.
There is people doing that there.
Okay. Yeah.
But not me.
Not you, and not your crew. Is it a crew? Is it a group?
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's a crew. There's like some people. They love the festivals and stuff. The big festivals aren't really for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Any particular reason?
Just not really a big crowds person.
Yeah.
And I don't really like the drug abuse. Like how wasted people are getting at these festivals is a little bit scary.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know, and it's obviously people have their own preferences, right? And your preference is to kind of not be around that.
To a degree. Like small ones are cool.
Yeah.
There's small events that our friends host, which I'm happy to go to.
Yeah. Well, those would be more fun, right? Because it's kind of like people you know or know by association because they're like friends of friends of friends, right?
Yeah.
And it's, I imagine it's probably quite a supportive environment.
Yeah, definitely. Just about growing and learning. That's cool.
The Northland Artists Conversation is proud to support Te Kōwhai Print Trust. Te Kōwhai Print Trust are an amazing organisation that are located on Selwyn Ave in Whangarei. Te Kōwhai Print Trust do such amazing things as being a workshop and educational facility in fine art printmaking, as well as keeping a nationally significant historical archive of fine art prints. These guys are absolutely amazing. I had a chance to meet up with them last year, and the work they do is so incredibly cool. It's just amazing the types of things you can do, from like screen printing to lithography. Absolutely unreal, and it's so much fun as well. So Northland Artists Conversation are incredibly proud to support Te Kōwhai Print Trust. So you've got this collective group that you work with. Now, you've been doing Friday burns every week, right?
Yeah.
Now, you used to do them down where?
At the Kamo War Memorial Hall.
Yeah.
On Boswell Street.
Yes.
Yeah, in the car park there.
Nice. Now, but that's changed, hasn't it? That's moved. Yeah. Where do you guys go now?
So we are at the sheltered area at the BMX pump track by Riverside.
Now, is that the one that's got like the big...
Yeah, the big massive one, right next to the pump track.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's the sheltered one that's still quite open as well, right?
Yes, yeah.
Now that's every Friday. It's still every Friday?
Every Friday, unless the odd occasion we're away.
Yeah. Like a pre-arranged event or gathering or get-together. How long have... Well, okay. Having been in West Auckland...
Yes.
What brought you to Whangarei, and when did you come up?
I was in a pretty yucky situation in Auckland, so I had to get out of there.
Yep.
And my parents had just moved up. And
they'd moved here?
Yeah, my parents had moved here.
Oh, sweet.
And they'd been here a year.
Yeah.
And then I moved up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that was in 2017.
Oh, okay.
So only 6 years ago.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and I too I'm not from Whangarei or Northland originally. I'm originally from Gisborne.
Yeah.
But I lived in Auckland before moving up here, and I was very grateful to be out of that shithole.
Same. Yeah, it was the best move of my life, like best decision of my life.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great place.
I mean, yes, there are so many things to do in Auckland, and it's cool, and I love going back to visit, which I will do this weekend for wrestling. But I could never live there. Not anymore.
I couldn't go back there.
Yeah. Producer Andrew is Whangarei hardcore.
Yeah.
He represents.
Yeah.
So you escape the pull of Auckland to come to the very chill and the false lie of the winterless north.
Yeah.
And what did you do? Did you sort of because you're hooping?
Yeah.
You're hooping at this time. Have you discovered the fire side of things?
No.
Just hooping.
Which was on my own. So it was a long time. It's only recently I discovered that there's like other people that do this and like the circus here and stuff.
Wow.
So I was just doing that on my own, kind of how like a way to be at parties but not have to talk to people.
Yes.
And like keep people away from me but still be able to go and enjoy myself.
And nothing says don't talk to me like fire.
Yeah. No, or just a flying hula hoop. Yeah.
Fuck off, I want my space.
Yeah.
And at least you...
I've come to contact you about your car's insurance.
Get away.
Exactly. And I guess that makes you more interesting than me at parties, because I would just go sit in the corners.
Yeah.
You're a lot more appealing than I would have been.
Which is the opposite of what I wanted to do.
Yeah. But in saying that, you're at parties, if you're still hooping and stuff like that, you're still getting that. You're still captivating people for a period of time. You're still getting that attention, and I think. Question for you: having done cheerleading and gotten the acclamation and the response from the live crowd, and then moving away from that and then getting all of that with hooping, and then obviously discovering the burning. Where am I going with this question? I do have a place I want to get to. I just got to try and word it correctly. Do you still find that, you can't say drug because it's a natural high. Do you still find that natural high there?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even more now.
Oh, really?
Than back then.
Why?
Is it like the natural high of performing? And
yeah,
like,
that's it. Yeah,
clap for me. Yes, even more now.
Why is that?
Because I've been given bigger stage opportunities, and because I work for Circus Kumarani as well. I performed on the Farm North stage solo with my hula hoops, and that was a full auditorium, and that was like next level high. That's even bigger than being in a cheerleading team with people. Because
you go from being part of a group to being a solo performer, right? Where it's like literally everyone's eyes are on you, and you know, I guess also having that confidence, because you're going to go from being, well, if I make a slight cock up, that's fine. I can hide behind everyone. Through to, I cannot make a mistake.
Which was hard.
It's that extra. It's that next level pressure, right?
Yeah.
But the reward is so much greater.
Yeah, definitely.
So, when did you do that Forum North performance?
Last year.
Oh, wow.
For Fringe Festival.
Oh.
Funky Ray Cabaret.
That was you.
That was me.
That was amazing.
Yes.
I heard so many good things about that. I got to see the Jello wrestling held at Butter Factory.
Was that the recent one or the last
one?
Oh,
that was during Fringe.
Oh, because there's the recent one. Me and my partner just wrestled.
Oh.
In drag.
I think our mutual friend Max was going to go back to that one as well. Because he did the first one. It was so fun. He was like, "Come down." Okay, what am I coming down for? Well, I'm gonna wrestle in lube. You what now? Yep, I'm going as a luchador. I was like, well, I do enjoy wrestling, so I'll come down. Went down, supported him, had a great time. I didn't realise it had been and gone.
Yeah, it wasn't as wild as the first one, though.
Yeah, that one was...
Yeah, it was out the gate.
That was crazy. It was bonkers night. Yeah. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it was. It was so great. The one recently was a bit more tame, and it was in the main area.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not the room out the back.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I can't wait for Fringe again this year. So cool.
Next year. There's no Fringe this year.
So what now?
There's no Fringe this year. It's next year.
Is it next year?
Yeah, I think they're doing it...
every 2 years.
2 yearly.
That is dumb.
But it's not dumb because we're all putting shows on still.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just not under the official Fringe banner. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So it'll be...
shows.
Fringe adjacent.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so that's around October, November?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right. I'll be keeping my eyes open for that.
Yes.
So, you're hooping. You're still hooping.
Yeah.
When did fire happen?
In the lockdown, that big lockdown. And
are we talking that real first one?
That first one.
Right, okay. Yeah.
I started talking to my now partner, and he is a fire spinner.
Right,
and that was a big... Okay. I'll come hang out with you.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and went and hung out with him and spun fire.
What? Okay, so I mean, this is obviously going to be good because we're now entering no clue territory for me. How do you go from an inanimate object that is not going to run the risk of burning you through to going, well, I now want this, I'm comfortable with this inanimate object now, let's just ramp this shit up.
Yeah.
And then going, I know I've got a good idea, fire.
Yeah.
How do you kind of transition into that? And how did that transition work for you? Was it just like, surprise, it's on fire?
Yeah, give it to me.
Was it really? Really?
Yeah, I was real keen. Lots of people were quite scared and like intimidated. Yeah.
I'll put my hand up and say I will be.
Yeah, some of us are crazy and want to touch it. And
yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm one of the crazy people.
More explorative.
Yeah. So I was
Crazy's
just
a state of
keen
mind.
from the get-go.
Okay.
And then as soon as I got into it and got more into it, I wanted more flame.
More.
Yeah, bigger flame, more wicks and different toys and all that great stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
For those of you that aren't watching and are listening, I'd literally, I'm sure Jess will attest that I was sitting there almost with my jaw on the ground going, what the WTF?
Yes.
How, why, more wicks? More wicks? Wicks. Are we talking like the things from candles? Wicks?
No, that's what we light.
Okay.
Like the part of whatever, say fire stuff, it's got a wick on each end.
Right, okay.
And you feel that, light that up.
Yeah. That I'll be honest, that seems a lot safer than a flaming hula hoop.
Yeah, I'm not too into hula hoops because they're quite limiting to a normal hoop.
Okay, right.
Yeah, because and it's because I've got a lot of muscle memory for my normal hoop.
Yes.
I try to transfer or just like flow state, and I'll start doing normal hoop tricks with my fire hoop.
Yes.
Start burning myself a lot. So.
It was going to be one of my next questions.
Yeah.
How many accidents have there been?
And there's been a few.
Anything like serious where it's like I've got second-degree burns down the side of my body or something like that?
Not that serious. I've had some pretty bad, like there's one there already.
Is that on your...
Yeah.
Right, just show your camera. There's your camera. If you're watching, she's got left hand on the wrist. Wow, when did you get that?
Last week.
Okay.
So I burn myself quite regularly because I get quite explorative with my...
Great choice of words, by the way.
So what I used before. Yeah, and it's like the trickiest way to learn a trick is to do it on fire. Because if you burn yourself, you're not going to do that again, are you?
Well, no, that's actually true. That's like little kids touching the hot elements, you know? They were like, is this hot?
Yeah.
That's
not
hot.
going to do that again.
Okay. Now, you said that I've got to make sure I get this right. The muscle memory from using a normal hula hoop versus using is it a fire hoop or it's fire hoop. You're getting very exploratory with doing the tricks. What's one of the worst burns you've had?
I'd say my worst burn would be my finger here. I think that might have gone to 3rd degree. There's like a chunk of my finger missing.
Holy shit.
That'll be from my fire sword. Since I paused to wait for your reaction.
Producer Andrew just chuckled. You did say sword.
Yeah.
I don't even... So, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So one of the good things I enjoy about these podcasts is that I never have any clue where they're going to go. And sometimes I just... The guest will just take us down a path and it'll be like, okay, well, shit, we ended up here. I'm having one of those moments.
Fire swords.
Fire sword.
I've got 3.
That's cool.
Yeah,
it
is. Come to Fire Jam.
That is cool. That is very cool. A fire... What, So I'm going to preface this next question with something, because I know I'm going to sound like an idiot. When we had Wendy Cunliffe, who was a potter, on, she was talking about different types of clay, and she said, sometimes that she uses paper clay. And I said, why is it called paper clay? And she said, because it's clay with paper in it.
Yeah.
I will preface this next question by saying... What is a fire sword? Knowing very well that the answer is going to be just as simple as it sounds.
It's a sword on fire. Yeah, but it's like a handle. Funny enough, it's got a doorknob full of lead on the end. Shout out to Leo, our bro who makes them.
Shout out to Leo.
So they've got
doorknob fire sword.
a doorknob full of lead on one end for the handle.
Stop laughing, producer Andrew.
For counterbalance, for weight.
Oh, yes.
So you can roll it along your body. So then it's got a handle about that long, and then the wick sword is probably about that long, and that will be on fire. I sent you a cool video.
You did? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
That's got me lighting the fire throne with the fire swords. And that was at the last Nightlights show.
No, I'm not going to ask what a fire throne is.
I was hoping you would.
Come on.
Shut up. It's not going to be like that. Because I'm pretty sure that having guessed what being told what a fire sword is, I can guess what a fire throne is. But I do want to just quickly clarify something that you just said that I found interesting. You said fire swords, you roll them along your body.
Yeah. I'm not the greatest at that yet, but yeah, it's called contact sword. It's crazy.
Yeah. It can't be as crazy as the other stuff I'm learning right now. Okay.
No, it's cool. It's real cool.
So now, what are the is it? So with rhythmic gymnastics, I'm going to take it right back for just a second. You have the hoop, the ball, and the ribbon.
And clubs.
And clubs.
And rope.
And rope.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we have 5 things, right?
Yeah.
Is it, and each one of them is considered their own unique discipline, right?
Yeah.
Yep, because you don't throw a ball the same way you throw a rope, and you don't beat someone over the head with a club, well, you don't beat them in general. But with, is the, so see, I've worked it out. There's a pattern here. So the fire hoop with the fire stick, staff,
yeah,
with the fire sword and the fire throne.
Yeah.
What's the one that's got the on both ends? Is that the staff?
That's the staff.
That's the staff.
Or the rolling one.
With all the rolling one.
Dragon staff.
And there's also fire poise as well, right?
Fire poise.
Yeah, cool.
There's a lot.
I was just about to say, are they considered to be individual disciplines?
Yes. Yeah. Definitely.
I guess the reason I asked that question is because you might, I don't know, but you said you roll the fire sword on your body. You wouldn't necessarily roll the hoop on your body, would you?
I can, because my wicks are on the inside of the hoop. But that's what I would say.
Just throw that out at me.
Yeah. They're different disciplines, but what you learn on each prop can transfer over.
Oh, okay.
But it's not going to mean you're going to be good at it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you might be good at the hoop, but shit at the fire poise, I guess.
Yeah, but you'd be able to, say if you did double hoop, this is just from watching a friend do this.
Yeah. She
does double hoop, so now she can actually pick up poise and do the same tricks.
Okay.
Yeah, so some do cross over.
Yeah.
They all cross over, actually. It's all the same movements, just different shapes.
Yeah, and I guess a different awareness of where the fire's placed, right?
Yeah.
Because the hoop, as you said, it's in the centre.
Yeah, my one.
Your one's in the centre, whereas the staff, they're at each end.
Yeah.
And the, obviously, the sword.
Yeah.
Now I think of like... Lancelot just pulling out those.
Yeah.
Or
There's people that actually have like katanas that have cases, and when they pull it out, it lights it.
Now that's cool.
It is cool.
That's cool. Wicked.
There's some cool stuff out there.
And for someone's brain to think up that as well. It's like, I'm going to pull out my sword and it's going to be on fire.
Yeah.
Hoi. So, yeah, I'll be honest. I'm learning way too much.
Yeah.
This is so interestingly enough, burning. I'll try and use the correct terminology. You're still a hooper, and you're still a burner, but you also have another creative expression that you've just started as well, don't you?
My crochet.
Pothead
pixie.
Oh, is that what that is?
Do you want a business card?
That is... I would love a business card. And we're down for some shameless self-promotion here. And I say, why not? So, this is a new... There you go. Yes, no, hold it up to the camera. Hold it up to the camera. This is a new venture. Now, you obviously came in today wearing your demon bucket hat.
Yeah.
It's a bucket hat, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And they've got the devil horns on there. Producer Andrew, we're going to throw the... do you want Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram is going off better than
Instagram's
Facebook.
going off a bit harder. That would be at pothead.pixie.crochet. I'm also going to throw that
Yeah.
for me as well, because that's really cool.
Thank you.
This is a new venture for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
What sort of things are you going to be doing?
I've sold a few things already in the summer at a couple festivals. I make vests and like sleeves, bell sleeves.
Oh wow!
It's just the sleeves.
Yeah.
I try to make my stuff out of natural fibers so fire spinners can wear it.
And it won't catch fire as easily.
Yes.
Oh shit! What a great idea.
Yeah, because a lot of the stuff that we have to wear for fire is boring. So trying to add more diverse and cool
Colour,
things and different things.
Because I imagine what I'm wearing would be quite flammable.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's synthetic.
Yeah.
Not everything's flammable.
Yeah.
It's just how is it going to burn?
Yeah.
So synthetic will melt to you.
I'll cling to my body.
Yes.
No one needs a cling on.
No.
No, not at all.
No.
So, Pothead Pixie Crochet.
Yes.
What made you decide to start it up?
I'm sick of making other people's money.
You're sick of...
Making other people's money.
Right.
Yeah.
And you thought, why can't I get in on this action?
Yeah. And it was like, I don't know, just was making random things here and there, and they're selling quite quickly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I thought, why not try make it a thing?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And obviously with natural fibres as well, yes, can still catch on fire, but not as easy.
Yeah, it smoulders and...
Smoulders.
I think goes to ash, burns away.
Okay. So,
instead of melting.
Yeah. And, okay. We don't need melting.
No.
Fire's already bad enough as it is.
Yeah.
Don't need fire and burns.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything coming up?
We do, yes. I'm just going to push the Fire Jam every Friday again.
Yep, cool.
Every Friday.
So now, okay, let's talk about the Fire Jam, right? Because that's been going for a little while now, hasn't it? And obviously you've recently located down by the skate bowl.
Yep.
What time does it sort of start, and does it normally finish at we go from 8 till 9 or something like that, or is it just like you come down around this time and we go until whenever?
Yeah, so we start at 6:30 and we close up at 9.
Okay.
Unless people are into it burning hard and we're into staying there a bit later. We might go to 9:30. It's because daylight saving, so it's a bit later in the summer. Yeah. And then it's just $5 to spin, free to watch.
Is that all?
Yeah.
So let's say producer Andrew wants to go down and learn how to spin.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep. Number 1, very cool.
Yes.
Number 2, he's got a bigger set of balls than I do. Because I wouldn't. I might. But there's people there that can teach and stuff,
so
right?
if you come find us or just the main looking people doing things, then we'll sort you out. We will help you with some tricks, and then we'll start you slowly, depending we watch and we gauge what level you're at and how much fire we'll give you. Yeah. And we'll teach you the safety.
So you can do like little bits of fire to start. Really?
Yeah, so we call them marshmallows. They're like fire sparklers. Okay. So it's just one stick, bit of fire. Wave it down. We give that to the kids.
That's amazing, because okay, so I feel a little bit more confident.
Yeah, you don't have to dive into the deep end.
Yeah, well, I guess your story on how you got into it kind of...
I dived into the deep end.
Yeah, kind of threw me off a little bit.
Because I'm crazy.
Because I was expecting it to be like, I've got a stick, it's not on fire, and it's now on fire, off you go.
No, okay. Even then, if you got a stick, play with a stick and then light one end. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Yeah, don't have to light both ends.
Yeah, so it's not like you don't have to have like a full raging fire right from the word go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, that's cool, right? And you said kids as well.
Yes, kids.
So really, anyone, this is something
0 to 100.
Yeah.
And any abilities.
And it's not, I don't imagine that this would be an expensive hobby either.
Yes.
But like any hobby, it can be expensive?
Very.
Okay.
When you want nice things.
Well,
and
yes.
then you start doing it and you want more and more different props. Like, I've got thousands of dollars worth of props.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, thousands. Okay. It's still cheaper than drums.
Yeah.
Or guitar gear.
Yeah, well, the fuel too.
Oh, yes, of course, the fuel, the ongoing fuel costs.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, fuel's not cheap at the moment.
Yeah.
And other than the burn that you have on Friday, what do you have any other like big feature events?
Yes, I'm very excited about this. It'll be a 3rd year of us being at the Nightlights Festival at the Quarry.
Brilliant.
And it's going to be bigger and better and more exciting.
Oh, it sounds amazing, yes.
Big fire.
I was going to say, I've seen it starting to be advertised on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we're getting ready for that.
That Northern Lights, what's the tickets, or is it door sales?
Tickets, I think.
Yeah.
I think you want to get in quick too because it sells out
quickly. I know the last one was just...
It was crazy.
So quick, yeah.
Yeah.
So look, Northern Lights, have a look at on Facebook. I think that's where you can find all the ticketing information as well. Jess, thank you so much for coming in.
You.
Hard to believe.
Yeah.
It's just gone by so fast. It's been
awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So please, if you want to come back on, just reach out. We'd love to have you back on. We're not a one and done type deal.
Awesome.
Sometimes you might have something super cool coming up that you want to promote. Just
sure.
Just hit us up and
That's
we'll probably say yes. So on behalf of the Northland Artists Conversation, thank you so much for coming in and sitting down with us.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
There we go, everyone. Jess Hesse. And as she says, Jess Hesse, the mess from out west. But I'm going to add to it, what a lovely guest. Couldn't help myself. Like I said at the start of this podcast, how she got into fire burning is hilarious. By cheerleading. Who knew? It completely makes sense, though. Like, if you think about it, you're with cheerleading, it's a lot of routine and dance routine and structure and gymnastics, and that would absolutely translate across to working with hoops and sticks and holy shit, fire swords. Massive. That was amazing when she said fire sword. I just couldn't say anything because that has to be one of the coolest things I've ever heard is a fire sword. Yes, it is actually a thing. So she says in the podcast a few times, they have the fire burning group down by the bike park down in, what's the suburb? It's down in? The pump track down on Riverside. So just across the road from where the BP is. Every Friday from like 6:30 till 9. It does look amazing. I've gone to one before, and I don't think she was there, but it looks like fun, and it's great for all ages as well. And even if you don't want to participate, it's always cool to watch people do stuff like that, and to see people that are doing something that they're incredibly passionate about. That's what we're all about here. So 100%. Go support her. Go support them. It's wicked. I'm going to throw it to my camera now. Big takeaways for me out of this one. I definitely learned a lot more terminology this time around about burning. I learned about the different types of items that you can use as well. And how she talked about how she got went from hooping to burning. She just kind of dived on in. And as someone that's what do they say, a little bit old, a little bit wiser. Don't you laugh. I know you want to, producer Andrew, you bastard. But, she talks about how you don't just start on, like, full fire straight away. You can kind of ease into it. And I thought that was great. Wicked, man. It definitely eased my mind a lot and certainly made it more appealing. If you're interested, like I said, highly check it out. Where can you, the listener or viewer, find out about our podcast? Well, we are on the following. For video, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, all at Northland Artists Conversation. On the audio, you can find us at Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Again, Northland Artists Conversation. And if you're an artist or you know of an artist who you think would love to come in, sit down and chat, man, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach out to us by emailing hello@northlandartistsconversation.co.nz. Nice and simple. If you're someone that has enjoyed the podcast and enjoys what we do, first off, I'd like to thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook and Instagram, so that way you're always kept up to date. But we also have a Patreon page as well, and that's where you can support us a little bit more. We have 2 tiers on Patreon. First one's a cup of coffee. It's $5 a month, not very much at all. And that's just a way of throwing a thumbs up and saying, we really appreciate what you guys do. Thanks very much. Second tier we have is what we've affectionately called Coffee Addict. Now that's $20 a month. That gives you a few extra bonuses that you don't get otherwise. The first one you get is you'll get a shout out on the podcast. Second one that you get is you get to find out who the guests are in advance. And also, if you have a question you'd like me to ask our guest, you just put that in the Patreon page, and I'll be more than happy to do that for you as well. So, first off, mix it up this time around. I'm going to shout out our patrons before I do that. I would like to thank, who have we got? Lauren Roach, original OG. Thank you so much for supporting us and continuing to support us. Really appreciate it. Michael Boter, again, thank you very much. Nice and early in the piece. And Maggie Coco. 3 of you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your support. It is amazing. And if you'd like a shout out like this as well, there are 2 ways you can find us on Patreon. You can either go to Google, type in the word Patreon, that's Patreon, go to the top right hand corner, create an account, then search Northland Artists Conversation. You'll find us there. Simply pick the tier that's best for you, and you can go from there. The other way that you can find us, a little bit easier, go to www.patreon.com/Northland Artists Conversation, and we'll be there. Nice and easy. Yeah. It's very cool. I'm going to throw it on my camera. I'm going to throw it on my wide. I don't really have anything exciting or interesting to say. The days are getting colder. The nights are getting longer. It's the middle of the year. Winter blues is a thing. And, just look after yourself, If you're feeling a bit down, catch up with a friend. Get on the phone, message them, FaceTime them, go around, have a coffee, be sociable. It's the time of year where, we all like to stay inside, keep warm, and Netflix or Disney or one of those things. Because, but, still get out. It's always, I find this time of year, we all just kind of stay a little bit isolated, but, there's some cool things coming up. We've got some amazing things coming up as well later on in the year. We're very, very excited for them. You're definitely going to have to stay tuned to find out what they are. So on that high note, on behalf of the Northland Artists Conversation team and myself, thank you very much for watching or listening to us, and I will see you guys real soon.